Hey, what's up everybody? It's Lids, and we're back for some more Gwent, and today we're playing more of the Battle Rush seasonal event, which is an alternate game mode in which we have just 8 seconds to take our turn and 15 seconds to choose our cards in between rounds. That means that usually we'd have to play a really quick deck. This time we're going to push the limits a little bit here though, so let's go give it a look. So today we'll be playing the one faction we have not yet played in this week's Battle Rush event, that being Northern Realms, using the Uprising leader ability, and this will be an updated and perhaps more extreme version of the previous Northern Realms deck that we were using in this event, specifically the one that maximized resilience. So just a heads up before we go any further, this deck is incredibly difficult to play because it does require a lot of clicking. So there's a reason why I saved it for last, because it can be hard to fit in all those clicks in such a short turn, but it's also hard for our opponents to counter it in time. But don't worry, if you're looking for other decks, we've done a deck for every other faction in this event this week, and of course, we also have our playlist from all of our previous Battle Rush decks. That disclaimer aside, we are going to play as many Meditating Mages as we can, because of course they can get resilience, so in addition to directly playing the Meditating Mage, we can use Queen Adalia to get an additional copy, and likewise with the Operator. Once we have one on the board, we can create another one with reinforcements. Mushy Truffle will also give us a Meditating Mage. And Runeword from Chapter Wizards has a chance to give us a Meditating Mage, but if we play this and then subsequently play a guaranteed source of Meditating Mages, then we can use the Order ability here to spawn in another Meditating Mage. In terms of things that support the Meditating Mages, we have Leticia to increase the effectiveness of their Order abilities. Then at the end of the round, we'll activate all of their Order abilities on the same turn and play Tissaia, giving us the resilience on all those mages, and also resetting their Order abilities, so we can use them again in round 2 and get a bunch of carryover going into round 3 if necessary. Other than that, we have some engines that automatically generate points to make it a little bit easier for us, given how those mages do require a lot of clicks. Belohun being one of those that we want to play early as well. Then similarly, Strenger, and Windhalm, and the Kerack City Guard. That being said, assuming that you have a bunch of those Meditating Mages on the board, Aretuza Adept will actually be worth more points per turn than all those other engines. Then toward the end, throw down Vandergrift for even more resilience, Temerian Infantry for a lot of damage, or Redanian Elite for a point slam. And we do want to push really hard in round 1 to get that round 1 win, and then use all of our carryover to push hard in round 2, even if we're a card or 2 down. The additional units that we have on the board that will likely still have vitality will likely give us enough of an advantage to push for that 2-0 win. Then in round 2, we can use casting contests to reset some of those Meditating Mage Order abilities, giving us more vitality and, perhaps more importantly, even more resilience heading into round 3 if needed. And same idea with Teleportation. So there's a look at the deck, and like I said, it is all about spamming those Meditating Mages to get as much resilience as possible. And again, that does mean it requires a lot of clicks, and for that reason it is a very difficult and potentially frustrating deck to play. So I only recommend it if you are feeling bold, and you're willing to put up with the inevitable misplays that are going to happen every now and again when your turn ends before you have the chance to do everything that you wanted to do. But if you can put up with that, then loading up on all that resilience is a lot of fun. So let's go see it in action. Alright, so going up against Syndicate here, and we'll go first. Okay, so we have a Meditating Mage, and a few ways to create additional Meditating Mages, so that's good. Oh, actually, even more ways to do that. So we have tons of mages in that case. Maybe get rid of you, and you. Okay, and a Strenger maybe. Might not be a bad idea to give us some additional engines. Do we have anything that must go early? I think we probably just go straight into making Meditating Mages. Earlier we play on a Strenger, the better, yes, but also the earlier we get these Meditating Mages down, the better. Okay, Passive Flora. It's mostly just boost for them, so that works for us. We're looking for more mages, Meditating Mages, that is, ideally. No such luck, though. Okay, Beggar for money. So they Jackpot they are. So those coins are eventually going to turn into points. So now we go you. And And we should get a Strenger out here as quickly as possible now. Or this Meditating Mage. We have a little bit of time for Strenger, I suppose. They pass. Okay, so obviously we do want to play one more card here. Potentially 2 more cards, so we can get as much carryover as possible. Does mean we're going to go several cards down, but then again, for all this resilience, we're taking our chances here that it's worth it, because that's kind of the whole point of the deck. So we'll see. Okay, so we can replay some of those Meditating Mages with Teleportation to reset their resilience if needed. Likewise with Casting Contest. Reynard and Kerack City Guard, good for points. Same with Keldar. This can give us more Meditating Mages, so got a little bit of mixture. Different options here. Why don't we go Reynard first, because he's technically capable of giving us the most points long term. Okay, Sly Seductress. Might want to go Kerack City Guard soon as well. Who has the best order abilities that we'd want to use Casting Contest or Teleportation on? Oh, looks like it's going to have to be some of the little guys. Technically, if we can, we'd like to load up on all of our boosted units in the same row, which we should have been a little more deliberate about. Let's actually go Mushy Truffle. Get more here. Those Sly Seductresses are going to become a bit of a nuisance to us, though. We also do want to get Keldar down here as quickly as possible as well. Okay, Megascope for more Sly Seductresses. Now let's go Keldar. He's going to spawn in with your students. Then we're going to reset one of their orders. Yes, you. And replay as well. This gives Zeal, this does not, so we should do this first. Okay, we have a bunch of stuff we're looking to do on this last turn. Bunch of stuff we're looking to do. Reset you. Activate all... not that. All these guys. Use all these. And, ideally, put this in that row. I was hoping to get the boost on you, and ideally even Mushy Truffle there as well. But, you know, it did still turn into a pretty solid Lyrian Scytheman, and worst comes to worst, we do have a little bit of carryover coming from this Mushy Truffle, and obviously all these Meditating Mages as well. They have a lot of cards to try to catch up to us. So, there is that, but we will continue to get boosted from some of our Vitality, the Kerack City Guard, and we'll see. Let's see what they can do. 2 cards to catch up to us, 20 points. Still their leader ability as well, which certainly could help. But it's going to come down to this last card. It's Vistek Trafficker. It's close, but no, we'll take the 2-0 win. Alright, so going up against Nilfgaard here. And they'll go first. Okay, and not seeing any Meditating Mages. Might be able to get one out of Chapter Wizards, but let's swap some things around here. Try to make it happen. We did not get any. Okay, so we're going to have to get a little creative here with how we're going to score points. We do have some engines with Windhalm and Kerack City Guard. I think we start with Belohun, though. We can technically get Meditating Mages on the board with Chapter Wizards and Mushy Truffle. We just won't be able to create additional copies of them with other stuff, so I suppose it is still worth going with Leticia here to power up our future Patience plays. They're going to try to take her out, though. Fire Scorpion, oh. Okay, well, yeah, you stole her, so it did set that up with Enslave 5. Did bring her within range. Amnesty's not going to work, though. Yeah, I am not the biggest fan of... Enslave, we did an Enslave deck previously in this event, yes. However, I deliberately did not include Fire Scorpions because they so many orders, and the chance of you actually using that correctly in your limited time is quite low. Oh. Oh. Okay. Okay. That was interesting. That was a little bit unexpected. But now we go with you to get one of you, and then we use Chapter Wizards to get a second one. Then do we have ways to create additional copies once they're on the board with reinforcements? No, we don't. Okay, so these are going to be our two. Okay, Yawn. So they are likely to get some big things in round 2 here. Let's get the Aretuza Adept down now. Should also get the Aretuza Student as well, even if that wasn't originally part of the plan. Ooh, they get Resilience? They did get Resilience. We are all obviously also going to get Resilience. Who is going to have more? We also have Vandergrift, so I think the answer will be us, but they are looking at a pretty big advantage here in round 1. Yeah, okay. So, in that case, we're going to go a card down. We're going to go even more cards down, but we're going to do this. Then we use Tissaia. And that should be sufficient to win round 1 with a fair bit of carryover, but they got some themselves, so this is gonna be interesting. Okay, we got some ability to create several more Meditating Mages with those two, and we can reset some of our Meditating Mages here, so this... we can make this work. We can make this work. Even if we don't win round 2, we can create some carryover going into round 3, which is rather intriguing, that prospect. Okay, they're going to go Mushy Truffle. What do they have? Illusionist. Now let's go with our original Meditating Mage, or at least the one that originated from our hand. Okay, then Lightmaker, we're going to want to use at least this ability and then reset it with Teleportation in all likelihood. Fortunate that that hit Adalia. That was supposed to be a casting contest. That was supposed to be a casting contest. That was a misclick. Okay, there is for Mushy Truffle. They are taking the lead here. See, I think it's going to largely come down to our carryover, in which case, activate you, reset you, use all of you. Technically should have used Mushy Truffle as well, just to keep them honest. It may not have been enough points, but Sarit, ooh, may have enough damage, depending on if they have Ox. They do not. Okay, so do we try to bleed them? Let's do this. Let's do this. At least bleed them out a little bit further, and you... oh, ooh, don't like that. So Windhalm doesn't really have time to do his thing. You would potentially justify using leader ability charges to have a big point slam here in the melee row. Don't have time to do the math to see if that would actually force them to play additional cards. That's not good either. Okay, they have significant cards to counter us. They have 2 cards remaining. We have 1, so they have card advantage, but we have 2 cards with carryover. Ooh, this is going to be really close. Okay, Keldar is great. Teleportation, probably not the right time for that. Casting contest could work to a certain extent. Operator, not a great option for us. Okay, I think we can make this work. think we can make this work. Assassination is unfortunate, but we still have one of our units on the board, and we'll go Keldar here. Might have even wanted to have used an uprising charge on him to get him boosted a bit, get him out of assassination range. Ox, ooh, that does kind of stink. Does kind of stink, but we can still get Windhalm. Back, let's actually put him here. Because we are going to want to use casting contest on this meditating mage. Ooh, yep, you're on a multiple of 3. The number of counters they have. They're not even necessarily counters that would usually work. They're very situational counters that happen to work against us. Okay. Block. Don't. Okay. Do you? Do you? We do. Yes. These, and it actually doesn't matter where you end up going in that case. Okay, so they have 1 card left. We have a 14-point lead. That's a big point slam, but it is not enough. So we'll hold on for the win. Alright, so going up against Nilfgaard here. And they'll go first. Okay, so we have a meditating mage. We have Belohun, who we like to play early. We have Mushy Truffle and Chattel Wizards, which can also give us additional meditating mages. Let's get rid of one of these teleportations, and maybe you as well. Adalia gives us another way to get a meditating mage, so we have a lot of ways to maximize our carryover here. But we'll see if Nilfgaard has a way to mess with that. Assimilate. I mean, he's... Whoa, is this Bill? Certainly looks like it. Okay, we'll start with Belohun. Then we'll go on our meditating mage spree. Is that Sunset Wanderers I saw in the corner of my eye there? Might have been. Okay, Caribbean Pikeman. Okay, we might actually want to go Chapter Wizards first and see if we happen to get one here. We did not. Let's go Aretuza Adept in that case. This will get boosted from all the patients that we are going to have quite soon. We do have Mushy Truffle as well. That's another way to get... Ooh, who are you going for? Honestly, either one is justifiable. That kind of stinks. But let's go Mushy Truffle. Get you. Then we can do that. And I'll also boost up the Aretuza Adept, and yes, they absolutely have Sunset Wanderers. We also have reinforcements for even more meditating mages. I did not see that. Yeah, we have tons of options here, which, you know, if they're trying to mill us, you know, in some ways you can make the case that we have a good counterattack to that. Okay, you're getting pretty hurt here. Pretty hurt here. I'm thinking we may need to use at least a leader ability charge or 2 on you. Try to keep you in safe range. Okay, Imperial Diplomacy. So the thing is, they theoretically don't have many points as mill in round 1. They're relying on going really deep in round 1 to pull off the win. We're willing to do that because we're going to continue to play these meditating mages, and hopefully we can still outscore them. Still trying to take this guy out. Cantarella. Not sure you're going to get anything decent for you. I mean, that's probably as good as it could have gotten, to be honest. Now we go here and make even more. Hoping this doesn't go down. Okay, Tibor. It's the closest thing they're going to get to points. Okay, oh, and there's Sunset Wanderers as well. That's definitely going to help them. Okay, so Kerack City Guard, we might need to play this to get a few more points. Obviously, the earlier we play it, the more points it would be worth. Or Kingslayers. Also, they went first. They're on blue coins, so it does give us a bit of an advantage here. I think now may be the time to activate a whole lot of resilience. Okay, Alyssa Henson, not sure she's really going to do much to help you here. Morvran, you have enough points here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points at the end of our turn. Oh, also, I forgot Aretuza Adept is not going to get boosted from the stuffs anymore, but yeah. I think we do need to do this. We want to have enough points. Forces them to play another turn here. Might even replay Temerian Infantry. Teleportation? No, they're just going to forfeit. Yeah, as it turns out, our deck countered theirs pretty effectively. So there's a look at a Northern Realms deck for the new Battle Rush seasonal event, and I definitely did not accidentally delete a previous recording for this deck and scramble to re-record everything at midnight. If you like the deck, then make sure to hit the like and subscribe button and leave a comment down below to let me know which other cards, archetypes, and factions you'd like us to experiment with next. Thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you next time.